Hey there guys, Reckoning here, and welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force Resurrection of the Dark Dragon. In the last episode, I kinda got killed in this battle, so I spent some time and did a little bit of grinding. And I noticed that Blue got, a little bit of attack and gained a good amount of HP and defense, as you'll most likely see when we actually get into battle. Narsha is like level 22, I think, because I was trying to train everybody up, and they kind of needed an attack boost and movement boost, so she's the only person that can really give that to up to 5 people, so I used her, and, every time it was like, oh, 48 experience, 48 experience, 48 experience, so, yeah. And, Max is like level 18 or so, because, he was there. But my main focus toward the end was Enrai, Balbaroy, and I was trying to get Kokichi in a little bit. And then there was a problem. Balbaroy and Kokichi, for some reason as I was leveling them up, would not gain attack or defense. Because of this, they both have, very low defense, so they can barely take any hits. And then Enrai is just... she's frail. Like, getting her to level was very difficult because I noticed something. And we'll get into battle about this. Anybody on the team? Probably should have done this while I was, going over what happened. Yeah. I was able to get Enrai and Balbaroy up to 11 and 12, but, my goal was kind of like 15, like you see with Xylo. Narsha's 22. Gunt's 15, Ernest is 15, Hanza's 15, Musashi's 15, Blue's 20, because Blue can take hits now, and he can deal decent damage. Like, defense is 60, 68 HP, 45 attack. He's good. He's good. So let us actually, see if we can do this battle properly now. So... I'm not going to try and go for the sniper. I could probably try for it, and Blue might be able to tank his way all the way up. But I want to actually show the battle, not just breeze right through it. I didn't spend all this time grinding on it, not to show you it. So, something I noticed was that the Jets, which did not take any damage from Bolt, I looked into their stats, they have 0% magic resistance. But, I experimented, Jets are immune to attack magic. You can use any attack magic on them, it will do 0 damage. I tested this with Bolt, Bolt 2, Blaze 2, and Freeze 3. Neither one did any damage. So, Jets have good attack, good defense armor, and seem to be immune to attack magic. So, yeah, they can be an issue. But really, once you have decent defense, they're not a problem. Because you can beat them rather easily, and if they're doing like very little damage to you, then they're not a problem. But it's just getting to that point. And once you do get to that point, then you don't have to worry about them. Then you just have to worry about the Torch Eyes and the Ice Worms, because they have magic damage. Which is effective on everything. As I was grinding, I noticed that Xylo didn't have much attack, which kind of disappointed me, because he was... I know he was a really good character in the original, and, in between recordings I checked a guide that was rating all the characters, the same one I've been using the entire time, because, it's the one I just happen to keep choosing. And it rated Xylo pretty high, good attack, good speed, good movement, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll give him a little bit more training. He got better. Suffice to say. He did get better. Yeah. All Narsha really got was boost 3. That's all she gained. But now, since she's actually hit point beyond level 20, she'll start to get new spells. Do I need step? do I want to attack? Yeah, the hell with it, I'll use step. My tactic, as I was using Narsha, was growing into, okay, I can use step 2, and I can raise the attack of one person, but eventually it got to a point where I was like, oh, I can use step 2 and use attack 2, meaning I can increase their movement speed and attack, which is good. And if you think somebody needs an attack bonus, well, you use attack on them. And I've looked into it, and this probably doesn't, matter at all, but attack 1 raises their single ally's attack by 5 points. Okay, Uproar leveled. Nice. Defense, okay. Now he gets a good level. But attack 1 raises a single ally's attack by 5 points. Attack 2 raises up to 5 allies' attack by 8 points. Attack 3 can raise up to 5 allies' attack by 10 points. It was useful. Because I was trying to get Ernest at that point. It's like, come on, Ernest, I said you were good. You can't prove me wrong here. And he actually did reach a point where he's actually pretty good. The Jets used to do, like, massive damage to him. They do very little to him now. Like, actually, let's check on his stats. 50 attack, 38 defense. That's good. Almost max movement speed. That's good. That's right. I wish we had somebody with a ranged weapon. It would really be nice if we had a ranged weapon. Really would be nice. But unfortunately, we do not have a ranged weapon on anybody. Despite the fact that we could really use it in situations like this. Where, had Ernest had a ranged weapon, he could have, attacked the Ice Woman, done sufficient damage to it, maybe lucked out and, one-hit KO'd it, or gotten a multi-attack or something, and knock the Ice Worm out of the way so we're not crowded around the stairs, which is now what's going to happen. So I was reading the guide, and it was saying that, we all know Domingo. Magic Egg specializes in freeze magic. The guide said that really, once you get Domingo, you don't need Anrai. Only keep Anrai if you just want to use her. But I had a comment saying use Anrai, so I'm using Anrai. I mean, it's one character out of 12, so there's 11 other characters that can, kind of pull her weight. I mean, Hanzo, he can instantly kill things. I mean, he could instantly kill anything. He has a spell that can one-hit KO you. He has a weapon that can one-hit KO you. He's got attack high enough to one-hit KO you. Hanzo can pull the weight of the entire team if he needs to, as can Musashi. Let's see how Blue does. See? Blue can do half of this Ice Worm's health. And if he gets a flurry of attacks, he can, kill it in one turn. See, Blue gets good eventually. But then, actually after I was kind of done with grinding, I played a little bit of the original, because, yep, I'm about, like, I have my remake playthrough and my original playthrough, that they're pretty much at the same place. I stopped my original playthrough to record at the next battle, so they're like neck and neck. But that's also a hacked version where everybody's like in their in the 50s. But It was on this battle, and Blue was fighting a Jet, and this is the more offensive Blue, and look, we're only taking 1 damage. It was the more offensive Blue that still had, oh my god, ferocious attack. Blue takes 1 damage. Okay. Blue is a tank, suffice to say. But, where was I going with this? He was fighting a Jet, and the Jet was doing like 8 damage per hit. And he had like, I think his max was like 32 health, and it was knocking him down a little bit. But he was fighting back, just his attack wasn't that high yet. Because I had gotten him up to level 20, forgotten to promote him, and then did another battle. But I noticed it like halfway in, I was like, I'm not going back just to promote him. So he started off the battle at promoted at level 1 with okay stats. He ended the battle level like 12 or 13. Which is not saying much because your characters in that hacked version level if they get hit by an enemy or, you know, do anything. So, it doesn't really matter. But that's just how it went. Like, he could miss and still level up. But it was basically, is this Jet gonna kill him, or is he gonna kill the Jet? And the Jet got him down to 2 HP, so I was like, come on, Blue, you can pull through. Actually, no, he had like 8. He had been knocked down to 8, and the previous attack had done 8. So I was like, okay, Blue has got to get a defense increase on the next level, otherwise he is not going to survive another attack. Well, suffice it to say, he got quite the defense increase, because it went from taking 8 damage per hit to taking 1 in 1 level. And then they kept missing each other. But he eventually did get a hit and, you know, killed it, and it was fine. And then he went off to fight the Demon Master, because Kokichi, like, I was going through it with 3 characters. I had just gotten Musashi, because you get him in this chapter, right after you finish the first battle. I had, Kokichi was kind of low-leveled, and then, of course, there was Blue. Musashi is a naturally slow character. Like, he has movement speed about Gunt's, so... And I also had him trying to fight the Wyverns up top, so... It took me a while before I noticed that they weren't actually attacking, so I was like, oh, now he's gonna walk all the way around. And by that point, Kokichi and Blue were already at the, final stairs to the Demon Master. So I was like, okay, I'll just send them up there and see who wins. It didn't really matter who got levels, because Musashi, you get him in the original as already promoted, so he can catch up pretty quick. I mean, hits something, levels. Hits something, levels. Gets hit, takes barely any damage, levels. It's not a problem. Kokichi kept getting hit by magic, which nobody has a good defense against magic. So he got knocked out, and Blue, with only 2 HP, went up, fought the Demon Master, killed him in 1 hit. At least I think that's what happened. It was only like an hour ago. I know the Demon Master did not take Blue out, and I know Blue took out the Demon Master. That's all I remember. And Blue just fell asleep. Marvelous. So, let's see how D-Soul works. This spell is going to come in handy on some enemies in the last chapter. And if it does that, I mean, seriously. Not that Hanzo needs the experience to begin with, but I'd like everybody to be around level 20 before we go on to the next battle. I'm not gonna... See, the thing is, you get, I think, a pretty decent character right before that battle. And by right before the battle, I mean, if you're playing the original, if you want to use him in that battle, you have to leave and come back. In this game, at least they give you the option to retreat, though I think with this battle you can't anyway, but you at least have the option of changing your formation. Okay, good. 3 attack points, good. And HP, good. It's a good level for Xylo. But yeah, I was like, oh, well, I have to go back and get him now. Because the problem is, the character that you get, which is the actual last recruitable character in the remake, not so in the original. In the original, the last one you get is at the beginning of Chapter 8, and it's Hanzo. He starts out very weak, but, you know, he's Hanzo, so he's good. But yeah, you get this character, and they start out weak, because they're unpromoted, level 10, going up against, like, level 25 enemies. So if you want to use the character, you're going to have to do some training. And it gets annoying because when they're really low leveled, they can kill like one thing, and they usually get swamped by everything. So it's not fun, suffice to say. But if you just need one more good attacker, then you could go with this character. Okay. Yeah, you can dodge that. It's annoying when they do, but whatever. See, now, if I had a ranged weapon, I could hit that torch eye. I could do it if I had a ranged weapon. If only.